You tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? What's crack-a-lacking on a Tuesday afternoon? Decided to get at y'all because it's always some bullshit popping off. I wanted to talk about something that I tried to talk about Saturday, but I was having so many distractions from the mayonnaise mafia that I really didn't get a chance to explain this story the way I wanted to. Over the Christmas holiday, I decided to go out of town, and I took some of my music equipment with me so I can try to finish some of these songs. And I actually did get a good amount of work done on one song that's really, it's not a hard song. It's just one of those songs that I know I should not hurry up and write and record and produce. It's one of those songs that I need to take my time. Some songs I can write in a day or a few minutes. Sometimes it takes me a lot longer to do it because I got to write everything. I got to write the lyrics and the music. I don't deal with other people because now I got to cut extra checks. And lyrics aren't something that I love writing. I like writing music. I don't like writing the lyrics. And a lot of times my songs suffer because of the lyrics. So this time around, I'm taking a long range approach, and I'm not rushing it because like I said, again, I don't like putting bullshit out there. And people can smell bullshit as soon as they start listening to it. So rather than make the mistake of got some water spilt on me here. Rather than making that mistake, I'd rather just keep it gangster and take my time. But anyway, we're in here. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Iceman Show podcast. This is, I do my Iceman Show podcast during the week. And then on the weekends, I do the Player Circle podcast, which is nothing but dating and relationships. We do that every Saturday. Every Saturday, usually about 1 p.m., 2 p.m., something like that, Pacific time. What up, Painless Rising? Damn, cooking meth in a car in a Walmart parking lot. That sound like they ass. Don't in San Antonio, I don't put nothing past. What up, Triple T Kill? Everybody, this is Donation Tuesday. Please go over to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button and donate today. All right, let's get that popping. You know how we do it, YouTube. You know how we do this. Because I'm going in tonight. I want to lose some of my Facebook friends tonight, especially these you know, the trifling crowd. You dig what I'm saying? We don't have MOSs in the Air Force, dog. But anyway, Saturday, this past Friday, I got an return email back I told y'all for Christmas vacation, I went out of town, caught myself trying to get some work done, try to relax a little bit so that I could kick back. And I booked a hotel online. I go out of town thinking I'm get my chill on, and I get to the hotel. The hotel's fucked up. Okay, I didn't know this because a lot of times when you book hotels with these chains, with these major hotel chains, you don't know what you getting. You look, I mean, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna like, man, did you look at the picture of the hotel? Did anything didn't look right or what? Yeah, I did all that. I checked Google reviews, everything. Nobody had nothing bad to say. So I say, cool. I get there, they doing remodeling on the hotel. Look, man, look, look, let me just say this, man. It's if somebody's working on your hotel, if you're in the whole hospitality business or you're in the food service business, that's very subjective. So when you go to these places, the last thing you want to hear is excuses. That's why a lot of times some hotels and some restaurants, they'll just close. They'll be like, we're going to be closed for 2 weeks. Yeah, are they going to lose money? Yeah, but they can write off their downtime. So it's greedy of this particular multi-billion-dollar hotel chain to sit up here and be working or have people have a construction company working that. Now, they weren't working on the floors that they booked us on, but they were working on the lower floors. And they're still, you could tell they're doing work in there. And that some people get put off by that kind of stuff. I'm one of them. Because I'm thinking, why y'all being greedy? Why don't you just close and let them get their work done? But instead, what some of these hotels do is they'll sit up there and have you stepping over, dirt and concrete and all this kind of shit. And I'm just like, then what they try to do is they stuck everybody on the 4th floor. So that meant you got all these stupid ass families who like, there were people, grown ass people, and like looked like adolescents who were running in and out of each other's rooms. That's moronic behavior. If you want to do that shit, go to Motel 6. Go to the Days Inn. That's where you do that kind of dumb shit at. You don't go to a level hotel where I was staying and pull that. And I was wondering, I was like, why is this particular brand cheaper than they usually are compared to the ones in other cities in the state or in the area or within the 100 miles? And that should have been indication enough that something was wrong. I get in the room. The room was just it didn't have the feel of a nice hotel. Let me just leave it at that. No pens, no writing. You know how you got writing paper and stuff like that in there. Everything's new in everything's new in the room. This looked like somebody's house. It was that bad. And then on top of that, there was stringy ass human hair in the tub. And I called down and said, hey, man, what up with this? And some Somalian dude answered the phone and he said, hey, man, I'm going to tell the manager. I was like, okay, let him know. Because I would have let him come in and clean the tub. The decor was all old. Now, the general manager wasn't there. It was a young sister who was the front desk supervisor. She was cool. She tried to accommodate me. But I put on I put on the reservation that I wanted extra towels in the room. Because you go in these hotels and these people are bringing their damn dogs in there. I'm like, what is up with that? I used to have a service dog, and then people were like, well, is that a service? I'm like, what do you think? I have a card right here and letters. And they're like, oh, okay. Got people bringing their pets in there. You know what, man? I don't know. Look, man, let me tell you something. I do not like staying in hotels that accept pets because these people will let their pets crap, defecate, and urinate all over the carpet, and they won't even clean it up. When I had my dog in the room, I put puppy pads all where she knew where to use the bathroom anyway. Okay? That's what responsible dog owners do. So I don't like walking around with my bare feet on these hotel floors because they don't never shampoo the floors. They supposed to clean that stuff at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. It would look, them carpets ain't that dark. They get dark like that because you don't clean them. You don't shampoo them. And all other people's skin and bodily fluids are all on the bed. All you're going to do is change the sheets and vacuum with a dirt devil? Nigga, please. So right there, that put me off. Then I go down to the hotel. I go down to the hotel restaurant, and this young Mexican chick was working in there. I go down there. The front desk supervisor gave me a voucher to eat breakfast. So I go down there and said, wait to be seated. So I'm standing there at the lectern waiting to get seated. And the little young Mexican chick come up to me. It was like, she said something. She tried to be real slick, but I picked up on it real quick. And I got to paraphrase what she said because I can't even remember exactly what she said. But I was a little salty. It was to the effect that she wasn't trying to come out and say I was trying to, I was in there trying to get something for free. But she kind of said it like I didn't expect to have to pay or something like that. And I looked at her and I was like, bitch, are you serious? And I showed her the voucher. I said, if I'm gonna eat breakfast, I'll pay for it. But they gave me a voucher. She said, oh, okay. So the young sister that was back there cooking made me an omelet. I tipped her. I didn't tip that Mexican chick. I didn't tip her ass. She kind of looked at me crazy because I walked all the way over there right in front of her, handed the cook a whole bunch of ones. And she said, oh, thank you. Old girl looked at me like, damn, I don't get nothing? No. I ain't in the business of handing out free money. Yo, what up, frat? So anyway, you can, I got work done, but I didn't get a chance to relax like I wanted to. And so I go to the, by the way, y'all, hey, don't start talking shit. This is water. All right. This is water. All right. Because I know how some of y'all are. Which is sorry asses. Okay. Anyway. So, I was already kind of like, damn, this ain't working out. Then I went out, went to the grocery store, try to get some, how you get those them handcrafted salads. I get back to the hotel, the thing was, this lettuce was old, cheese was all hard, the croutons were hard like little rocks. I started to go back over there and get my money back because I paid $7 for that salad. So I was salty about that. Anyway, man, it just, how sometimes something, one thing will be wrong and it'll just be a sliding, declining scale where everything you do, I'm one of them kind of people, things ain't gotta be perfect, but they gotta be right. You know what I'm saying? Which means which was basically what I'm saying, things have to be average. You know what I'm saying? Your best, I'm looking for your best effort of if you're in the food service business or the hospitality business. That's what. Anyway, let me hurry up and tell this story so I can move on. So I said, okay, I got ready to check out this little flat, flabby Miss Ofe was behind the counter. She was like, "How would you stay?" I was like, wasn't good. And she was like, "Well, you should let my general manager know, send her an email or something." I said, "Oh, I will." So actually, I had already sent the general manager an email before I left, before I even checked out. But I noticed that she said, "Oh, the general manager ain't here." So I figured what she did, she went took probably took Christmas Eve, Christmas, day after Christmas, day after that off, and then, had everybody else work while she sit at home with her family. And so I get an email the next day from the general manager apologizing, but the tone of the email was basically as such that we never get no complaints and my staff is perfect. How many of you, after you graduated from school, worked in food service management or hospitality management? Just post something in the chat room. Now, damn good and well, what's the number one motto? I used to be a director of customer service for a company. You know what I used to tell my customer service supervisors and agents? The customer's always right, even when they're wrong. You know why? Because it ain't just about validating their concerns, because it sounds patronizing. You know how when you call the cable company and you say, "Hey man, my cable box keep going off and on. Me and my wife trying to watch TV. We can't even watch TV, man. What up? What up with that?" "Oh, sir, I understand your frustration with your cable box not working. That sounds like something that happens with my cable box." And it sounds like they reading off a damn script. And it sounds patronizing. See, that's a customer service person who ain't properly trained, or they don't understand the English language, which is why I don't like calling these customer service. You think you calling somewhere and it's in the States, and you actually call in Mexico, Philippines, or India. And they give them fake American names like Bobby, Jeff, Mary, stuff like that, when they ain't even their goddamn name. Your name is Pradeep. Your name ain't Bobby. So and then, they taking American jobs. So I ain't happy about calling that and dealing with that anyway. But anyway, in anytime you in those two industries, especially, I was gonna say retail too, but I could care less about retail. When you're in that line of work, you don't get paid a lot of money. Yeah, you get bonuses as the manager, but you don't make a whole lot of money. You make good money, but you don't make great money. Okay? But the one thing you never do is make the customer feel like it was their fault that you didn't meet their expectation or exceed their expectations. And that's what pissed me off. I don't give a damn if at the corporate level they set the price lower than the same hotel in another location. I could care less. But there's a reason why they did that. They know damn good and well they should be closed, but instead they're still open doing a remodeling project, which turns people off. Because the one other time that happened at another a four-star hotel, they were working on the front lobby area, redoing that, and had to walk through all this you know how they put that plastic up so it won't, so that that plaster won't fall on you. And I told the front desk person that I didn't too much like all that happening, and she just said, "Oh, don't worry about it, we ain't gonna charge you." It was like my bill was like $400 some because I was there like 4 days, 4 or 5 days. So she right off the bat, she didn't even bullshit. She just went ahead and said, "No, I'm That's what you do when you know you ain't right. Because first impressions are what? The last impression. So she didn't even bother to offer me, because I've been in other hotels, and when the service wasn't bad, the manager, all I had to do was email the manager. He's like, "Well, you were there 2 days. I'll take a day off." I'm like, "Fine, I'll take that," because the elevator barely worked. Okay, and you know how frustrating that is if you're on an upper floor. That's no excuse. Have your maintenance people fix that. See, the reason why that kind of stuff happens at these hotels is because the maintenance, certain maintenance, is gonna come out of the manager's bonuses. So they play around with half-ass maintaining the facilities. But somebody sharp like me, who's been in hotels all around the world, you ain't gonna fool me. And I ain't one of them kind of people that just sucks it up and deal with it. I'm gonna let you know, hey, player, things ain't right. Fix them shits. So then, you know how you get that feedback survey? Oh man, I dropped my drawers and I shit it all on their hotel, which is something I normally don't do. I don't do that. I'm honest, but some stuff I'm willing to let slide if the hotel is still nice and people are making an effort to be friendly and professional. I have no problem with that. What I got a problem with is when people sit up here and try to do a half-ass job and then turn around and pretend like they doing their best and I should just understand. So after I did that feedback survey, here she comes sending another email talking about I got the link to that, the survey, and I'm really sorry. And again, she started with that "my staff don't make mistakes" bullshit. That pissed me off like the late great Robin Harris. It pissed me off to the highest of festivity. You heard? Still didn't offer me nothing. I said, okay, bitch, I'll fix your ass. So I sent an email. I sent a response, a reply email. And I was like, look, you know, you're making excuses for your staff. And that's not how you run a hospitality operation. You don't let people shit on your employees, but you don't sit there and not own, because sometimes owning shit will cool people down. Because I've been in that situation where I had to personally call a customer and say, look, you know, they messed up on this on your account. You know, I'm the director. I will personally supervise the process of this of this action. And you have my promise that it will be conducted properly. Okay. And some of those people did have some choice words for me. I just took it and went on by my business. You digs? Anyway, she said an email said she was going to give me a full refund. I said, okay, cool. That was in the second email. That was like 2 or 3 days later. So then I waited probably about 2 or 3 more days. Nothing ever hit my account. So then I called the 800 number, the customer service relations people, and they were like, so what's going on? I said, look, you know, I said, I have never stayed at this particular brand hotel and they not be top notch. This is the first time I've ever stayed at that brand hotel, and the hotel was old and outdated. Look, the decor was outdated. There were no materials in the room. You could tell that nobody has been in that room to make sure that stuff was updated. You know, paperwork in there was updated. Because, you know, in some hotels you can order, you know, you can order room service. I want to make sure I have, you know, up-to-date materials. Because I don't want to order something that ain't on the menu. So I said, okay. She said, let me call the property. I said, okay, cool, whatever. So she called, she had me on hold about 5 minutes. I said, okay. She came back and said, well, she said, here's what I can give you. I can send you a gift card that's good for a year. You can stay. It's good for 1 free stay. And the property manager says she give you 1 day refund. I said, that ain't what this email says. She said, well, what email? I said, she sent me an email, said that she was going to give me a full refund. And she said, she did? I said, yes. She said, well, that's not what she said. I said, this woman is dishonest. See, that's another thing that got me pissed. I don't like liars. Straight up. I don't like liars, dude. Especially when you don't have to lie. But see, she thought she was going to blow me off, because that's what a lot of people just say. A lot of people just say to hell with it, which is probably the reason why nobody ever shitted on their hotel like they should have. Anyway, she said, wait, 3 to 5 business days. And I said, okay, cool, whatever. So I waited. Nothing. It's almost 2 weeks. I said, okay, this is totally disrespectful. So I sent her 2 more emails saying, when do you plan on giving me this full refund? That bitch just ignored me. She just ignored me. Fuck you. That was her attitude. I said, okay, bitch. I'm gonna show you who I'm dealing with, who you dealing with. Let me show you who you dealing with. And as you know, the internet, there's layers to the internet. I studied the internet when I was doing my MBA program because my emphasis was IT management, technology, and I had to take computer science classes. So I know how to look for stuff. And I kept looking and digging and digging and digging until I found a message board. And you know how you go to these big hotels and even medium-sized ones, you go to their website and you notice all they got is an 800 number. Maybe they got an email address, but it's some old general, it goes into a general customer service bank or queue. So the next available agent, whoever gets the email, answers your email. Could be Becky, could be Jessica, could be Darkeisha. So it's very impersonal. And in this particular hotel purposely had nothing but the 800 number. I said, okay, motherfuckers. Okay, you really trying to fuck with the Iceman now, huh? So what I did is I kept digging until I found a message board, another message board that had the CEO. I'm talking the CEO of the company, the vice president of customer relations or something like that, and then the VP of corporate sales. The guy had all three of their email addresses. I don't know how he got them. I'm thinking he got them from somebody that worked there. I said, okay. I took all three of them email addresses and I typed up a nice little old funky letter. Professional, but funky. And I get an email back from the CEO's executive assistant. And she said, on behalf of the CEO of this company, I am truly sorry for your experience with the general manager at that property. You can be assured that every last one of your dollars will be refunded to you with in the form of, okay? You know what happened next. You know what happened. Nigga, you know. Oh, you know what happened. I guarantee that CEO, if it wasn't him, it was his executive assistant. I guarantee she called one of the VP that's over operations, which is like the actual hotels. I guarantee she CC'd and BCC'd. Old dude forwarded my email to old girl. And I guarantee he or she got on the phone and called her and was like, what the hell are you doing? Because I copy and pasted the original email she sent to me, promising me to fully refund my money. See, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this here. Remember when I did that podcast and I said that my undergrad is criminal justice. And I remember a detective saying this. He said, on average, the average criminal makes a minimum of 32 mistakes. He said that's minimum. Minimum. He says usually more than that. They'll kill somebody and cut their cell phone off, thinking, oh, well, there won't be no phone transmission. But then the dumbass forgets that there's license plates readers all over the place. So if your car goes somewhere, plus there's cameras everywhere. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys when I did that podcast on AI, they got technology where the camera will pick up your face and tell you, it'll tell what your race is, what your disposition is. If you're happy, in a bad mood, it reads your facial expressions. Let me tell you something. In the next 5 to 10 years, you ain't gonna be able to do no crime, not no street crime, because they're gonna pick that shit up. Not them blurry ass cameras they got today. China's already using some of that technology right now. That shit is scary. Because they can take your image and put you at that street at that time, and you might have been sitting at home. There's all kind of ways you can manipulate that shit. Hell, they said Sandra Bland hung herself. But yet wasn't no cameras in the cell. Let me explain something to you. I would love to be the fly on the wall when she gets her merit increase annual evaluation. I would love to be that fly on the wall. Because this incident right here, where she's sitting up there lying and being a dick, that shit came back to haunt her ass. Okay? If she had been probably somebody that just got hired, that's cause for dismissal. When you do something like that and somebody gets the CEOs and the vice president's goddamn email address and they got to hear about you shitting on customers. Now, she could have avoided that by being a good steward of that company and just saying, fuck it. I don't, you know what? It doesn't pay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. And I know this has not that much to do with the topic of the podcast today, but I have to say this. And by the way, we're doing the triple cast tonight. If you want to be on the air, the guest call-in number is area code 646-668-2291. You said smell like BJ's tire shop. Y'all niggas stupid. See, sometimes it's best to leave people alone because you never know how ruthless and how let me just say how a situation like that, instead of it you trying to get as much bonus money as possible, you sitting up there looking out for your bonus instead of taking care of your customers. See, again, she might have, and there's no telling. They probably wrote her ass up for that. You get a reprimand or something like this where the CEO find out you shitting on your customers. That's a career killer in that industry, because what's going to happen is everybody's going to look back at this guy had to contact the damn CEO of the company because you wanted to try to keep from giving a guy some goddamn money back. And then she's talking that my staff don't make no mistake shit. You never do that, because human beings make mistakes. And you're gonna make excuses like there wasn't nothing wrong with your hotel. And I'm like, this level of hotel, if I told you what hotel it was, you'd be like, God damn, Ice Man, no wonder you complain. That's the first and last time I'll ever deal with that shit with that particular brand. They got different brands, but this one is near the top. Okay? So I expect better than that, because they do have locations that are less, you know, how could I say, less upscale, but they're still nice hotels. But I've had better stays at those hotels than I had when at that particular time I stayed there. And this actually does tie into what we're talking about today. See, I don't give up very easily on certain things, which is why I'm where I am today. I don't, you know, you're not going to tell me to go away and I go away. I might go and cool off, but then I'm going to come back with more weaponry. And now you're going to have a even bigger problem. See, when I worked in that industry, I made sure that I never let that shit get up to my level. I had my supervisors take care of that kind of shit. You treat everybody with respect. Because I remember one time I used to be a general manager of a restaurant. And sometimes these Caucasian women have a habit of selectively providing customer service, and with some folks selectively not providing customer service. And it's usually based on race. And I remember one time I had a black couple who called me over there to the table and said, look, you know, that waitress, she's giving us bad service. And I said, oh, Ashley? And see, I already kind of had an idea that this bitch wasn't worth shit, but, you know, you got to catch folks in the act. You know what I'm saying? I could always detect when somebody's got a problem with black people. And she was one of them. So I told them, I said, look, I'll take, you know, one of your entree. I'll take one of your dinners off, and then all you have to do is pay for one of them. And then, you know, and they were like, you know, we really don't want anything free. We just wanted to let you know, because they were well-to-do black people. They wasn't no broke black folks, but they appreciated the gesture. I said, no, I insist. They said, okay, no problem. So they paid for their beverages, but one of the meals was comped. And I pulled Miss Ashley aside and I said, what is your problem? She said, what do you mean? I said, those folks, that seem like a nice couple. How are you not serving them? She was like, well, I didn't think they had a problem. I looked at this little bitch. I said, who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? See, I've been around them. So I know their little tricks. They don't fool me. So I said to her, I said, how can you screw up a table like that? She was like, well, I don't know why they're saying that I gave them bad service. Because, man, she said they half-ass. She half-ass. She act like she didn't want to be bothered with them. She took an hour and a half to come back over there to check on them after they got their food. And, you know, but then I watched her waiting on Caucasian customers, and she was friendly, accommodating. Because I've gotten that kind of service from restaurants from white females too. And I called them out on that shit. So I wasn't surprised. I knew she was full of shit because I when I got hired there, she was very unfriendly. I could tell she wanted a white manager, and she was one of these get over type Caucasian women that, you know, playing the victim role when it's applicable, calling in sick all the time, then get there and be bullshitting. You know, be out there on the side of the restaurant smoking cigarettes, taking cigarette breaks. I'm like, I said, you only get one break. What are you doing out here every hour smoking a cigarette? I need to smoke. I said, I don't give a damn what you need. You leaving 2 servers naked in here. Of course, she got an attitude. So what she started doing is calling off when she knew I was at work. So I stopped writing on the schedule, you know, the manager schedule. I stopped putting my schedule on there. I told the assistant general manager, I'm not putting my schedule on there because I want to make sure Ashley don't call in sick. So I documented all that. Understands me? See, I'm one of them kind of black folks. You don't scare me with your pale skin. You don't scare me. I don't immediately see a Caucasian person and I get scared. You don't invoke fear in me. See, that's the problem with black people is we're scared of Caucasian people for no reason. Cowardice is a default that black folks it's a coping mechanism that black folks default to based on laziness and fear of the unknown. So you wonder why we got so many lame, pussy chasing, weak ass Democrat voting black men. Look at the so-called family environments they're coming from. I come from a family where my father is a simp. So there were some things that I let go in some previous relationships, especially early on in high school, and you know, that I should have got rid of them bitches. And I didn't. Some of them even had mental problems, and I should have gotten rid of them. But you live and learn. Now I wash my hands of women immediately after figuring out I'm dealing with a broken down hoe. So you wonder how simps are made. We're going to get into this, but I need for my folks to go on ahead and go over to asktheiceman.com and make those donations. We got to get that popping. I notice we might be slipping today. You know, I don't want to have to stop the show or the broadcast, should I say, but I will do it if folks are not kicking in. I don't run a freeloading. I'm not going to tell you to change. You think I'm going to get sued for that? Telling you to chain ain't even important. You said Deacon Patterson would take care of it. Sound like, all right, church nigga. Y'all niggas stupid, man. All right, let's get it popping, man. You know how we do. Don't get brand new on me, YouTube. Okay, we're gonna be on you know what? I'm just gonna call it a day on Blog Talk Radio since y'all not calling in. Y'all got me paying for this shit. Y'all got me paying for this shit and you don't even be calling in. Y'all be bullshitting. All right, y'all. It's the same folks donating every time. Come on, man. Timmy Diamonds, what's up, man? Can I get those ends? Come on, player. You know how we do. Y'all want me to stop the show? Okay. By the way, thank you, Triple T Kill. Love you, brother. We're gonna take a break. When y'all figure out y'all want to kick in, then we'll get back. We'll get into the show. All right. No, you did, nigga. Talk about I gotta save my strong, independent, beautiful mother goddess, almighty black queen. Where's my cape? Man, y'all niggas on one today, boy. All right, guys. You know, let me explain to all of you guys. Let me explain something to you. I appreciate the support of the show, but damn it, it's always the same 20 people, 20 to 30 people. Okay? Now, Facebook, you guys have been, I see the same people tuning in every time I do a live stream. And I noticed y'all do the same thing. Let me explain something to you. I don't have to do this. And I feel really disrespected, especially those of you who are in my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Some of y'all don't never donate. Okay? And so I know some of y'all make good money on your jobs. Okay? We got black folks. Let me just say this. If you get offended by this, good. We have to get out of the mindset of freeloading. If I was doing a shitty job on this live stream, you would never tune in a second time. So to anyone who says, well, this is supposed to be free, why? Why? You wouldn't say that to Charlie. You wouldn't say that to Miss Ofe. But you gonna say that to another black person. It's just like a black woman told me. She said, I've been doing hair and nails for almost 35 years. And she said, I damn near gotta beat my friends and family over the head to come and patronize my beauty salon. And this woman does excellent work. This woman ain't no joke. Because her beauty salon is in an upper class area. It's just that all her stylists are black. But she does expert work. And you know what? Most of her customers are celebrities. It's the working folks who give her shit. She said, my friends and family won't even come over. They talking about I charge too much. I don't charge. She said, I don't charge them what I charged Regina King. I don't charge them that kind of money. But I do charge a good amount of money for what I feel my staff should get paid. Or me. She said, if I do your hair, I'm going to charge you way more than one of my stylists. So those of you who talk that 06 shit and you talking about, oh, hey, frat, what up, frat and all this, but then you calling you know how I do this. And you come on here and you know, all you doing is saying 06 and all this shit, but you ain't voting with your wallet. Or your purse strings. I find that to be, I'm offended. Because unlike some of these folks that are on the YouTube side, you call yourself being part of that talented 10th. So I know you got $10. See, in 2019, I ain't going for the bullshit in 2018, but I definitely ain't going for the bullshit in 2019. Y'all dig what I'm saying to you? See, this internet-based medium is what people are turning to as an alternative to what's on that ignorant box. Because what's on that ignorant box is just all about Caucasians who look at us, look how wonderful we are, when you know damn good and well, if you've ever lived with any of them, dated any of them, or been around any of them, beyond the fake grinning and smiling, you know they ain't the kind of people they portray themselves in movies and on TV. And a lot of black folks, especially young black people, are sick of TV. And that's why they are on YouTube more than anything else. That's why that's why Google created YouTube TV. Because a lot of people won't even watch mainstream TV because the cable companies ain't doing nothing but ripping people off. Charge you $200 a month for cable and the damn box don't even work, or the internet won't stay on all night. Sometimes I get up and work in the middle of the night and the damn internet is off. And I'm sitting up here paying a grip. Not for long. I'm gonna have cable TV about 5 more months. After that, I'm going Fire Stick from that point on. And I'm going with a different internet provider. All they provide is internet. So those of you who take on the attitude that I'm being hard on you, I'm not being hard enough. Because I think it's an insult when our people always have this attitude like, I should be able to get a hookup. I should be able to get something for free. When they see somebody that look like themselves, or they AQ, A frat, all this shit. But then when I say, hey frat, you got my book? Did you buy my book? Frat is like, all of a sudden I'm getting excuses. Niggas and excuses. You got my book, frat? Oh man, you know, I look into it. I'm like, nigga, you ain't got to lie. You know you ain't gonna buy shit. But I bet if I was white, you would. I got a couple white frat brothers that are my friends on my other Facebook page. And every time this one brother, he ain't no brother, but he's my fraternity brother. Whenever he posts something, I see 100 niggas kissing his ass. A lot of you niggas are coons. And the only thing you know how to do is lick white asshole. That's why you don't support me or other black men and women who are providing you with information. You are so used to licking white zaddy's balls and sucking on white mommy's titties that when your own people say, hey man, look, support the cause. You know, we're asking for a 100% tax deductible donation. Here you go. Oh man, I left my wallet. Oh my credit card don't work. But if I was white, your ass would be, y'all, sir, where do I pay? Oh, here's $100, white daddy. Some of you niggas who are looking right now on the Facebook side, you are pathetic. You're a pathetic coon and a Sambo. And that you should unfriend me, because I'm going to tell you right now, this podcast ain't going to get no easier for you. Okay? Now, my YouTube side, they know I don't fuck around. I'll shut this motherfucker down in a minute. if I don't get the support that I know I deserve. I shouldn't have to stop the show and get on your ass. So Facebook, if none of you guys kick in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to shut this motherfucker down on your side. We'll just do all YouTube. Exactly, Triple T Kill. More people are watching Netflix than ever before. Okay? You know what? Y'all niggas bullshit. And let me just go ahead and end this shit. Fuck you niggas on Facebook. Fuck you niggas. Yep, just had to go ahead and tell them niggas to go to hell. Nigga, this ain't no old ass lazy boy. This ain't no old lazy boy, man. Hey, this thing is brand new. It just looked old because I got a towel up here. I put a towel up here because I don't want it getting filthy. You know how you go over somebody's house and they recliner look like that one on All in the Family on Archie Bunker's show, all dirty and got an ass print, shoulder print in it like this. Shit, nigga. This motherfucker, this is shit. If you knew how much this thing costs, I got it on discount. I caught them this is like damn near $1,000 fucking lazy boy, dog. Don't get it twisted, nigga. Don't let the dim light fool you. Okay? See, you got to understand, man. See, a lot of these talented temp niggas, these niggas ain't shit. Hey, get this fruity Deputy Smith out of here. You can buy the book at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the add to cart button if you're serious. See, these talented temp niggas, all they do is vote for Hillary and chase around, Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris up here trying to act like, I got a message from her ass. I don't know how the fuck they got my goddamn, how they knew where the fuck I was. Talking about I'm running for president. I want you to support me. I'm like, bitch, fuck you. I ain't supporting your ass. Her dad, I was looking at Tariq's a video Tariq had posted of her daddy, And he sound like one of these, he sound like one of these coons. He's a Jamaican dude. And her mama's Indian. And she's married to a, and you know, Reverend Al had a guest on there trying to big up this bitch, talking about, well, she went to Howard and she's an AKA, and I don't give a fuck. What's her goddamn agenda for black men, women, and children specifically? I don't want to hear that all lives matter shit. I don't want to hear LGBT. I don't want to hear nothing about the border or immigrants. What I want to know is what the fuck you gonna do for black people. No ifs, ands, buts about them shits. Period. What the fuck you gonna do for black people? And I'll tell her the same thing. I'll wait. Kev can eat a dick, nigga. Hey, where my mind's at, man? Brown Soft might not be off of work just yet. You know what, Fruity Deputy Smith? Let me show you how sensitive I am, dog. Let me show you how sensitive I am. I'm sure that's how sensitive I am. I ain't thirsty for listeners. I ain't thirsty for subscribers, dog. I used to have over 5,000 subscribers. Now I got probably less than 2,000. You know why? Because I ran off all the freeloaders. Because I don't play, dog. I get tired of every time we have a live stream, you got niggas playing brand new. You know how we do. And it's the same, and look, the same cast. Triple T Kill, Monstar, Brown Sausage, Ty Cromwell. It's the same, it's the usual suspects that got my back. The rest of you niggas are a bunch of goddamn freeloaders. And you need to stop. That's why sometimes I won't even do a live stream. Because I don't feel like having to stop the show and remind you niggas that this ain't no free platform. I don't give a damn if I go down to 700 subscribers. I don't need niggas that ain't gonna support this platform. Real talk. Yo, what up, D? Yeah, man, trying to make it, brother. You know how it is. Niggas trying to play like they broke these days. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this here. Simps are made in homes where there are two parents and the daddy's a simp. That's why I got, you know, one of my brothers, he's a simp. Or they come from single female head of household. Most of them come from single female head of households. The mind, see, this is why we have this is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you wonder why the black community is the way it is, it's because it's matriarchal. And you got these simps coming out of these matriarchal homes where they want to save their mama. Okay? Because you got to understand, back when I was growing up, to be a single mom was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment to be a single mom. And the ones who were single moms were ass kickers in their home, and they made sure their sons and daughters had connections with their fathers. They didn't play that shit back then. They didn't view child support as a racket the way they do today. They didn't pull that shit back then. I knew guys who came from single female head of households, and I didn't even know they didn't have no father in the home because their mamas were ass kickers. They didn't play that shit. They didn't do that laissez-faire, lazy ass single mom type of child rearing that they do today. They didn't do that. So today, what you have is jive ass, lazy ass single moms who, before the federal shutdown, had it made. And then along comes Trump. Woo! Don't it make your brown eyes blue, goddammit? I bet black women are cursing Trump right now. And you orange motherfucker, I hate you. I thought I was going to be able to get my EBT card and get on there and give me a bunch of Alaskan king crab legs and scrimps and steak. Have you ever watched some of these ghetto ass women? They're real bad in the Twin Cities. They think they slick. There's this Walmart that's 24 hours. And it's over in Maple Grove, Minnesota. It's like damn near about 15, 20 miles away from the Twin Cities. And me and some of the white girls I used to fuck with, we would always go over there if we couldn't sleep. We were like, you want to go get some groceries? We're like, yeah, let's go. Guess who in there? All the fat white girls on welfare. And they be in there with 2 or 3 baskets full of shit. Them motherfuckers be getting steak. They be getting scrimp. They be getting motherfucking Entenmann's Danishes and shit. Patti LaBelle sweet potato pies. All them shits. They get all that shit. And they sneak in there at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning doing their grocery shopping. I see them bitches in there. And it's always some fat ass white girl that's shaped like SpongeBob SquarePants. And then the bitch got the nerve to have some pajama bottoms of SpongeBob with the feet in them. And the bitch is just sliding. Bitch ain't even walking. She just sliding. She just slide with some old dirty ass, nasty look house shoes. Then she got some skinny ass nigga with her. They got all them old raggedy ass, nappy head kid, old half white kids. Hair ain't been combed since they was born. And they running around the store with they dirty asses. Ugh, man. I be like, niggas will stick they dick in anything. That shit be grossing me the fuck out. Even the white girls I used to fuck with used to be grossed out. Be like, man, some of these guys ain't, they don't say black guy. They be like, some of these guys ain't got no standards. I'm a woman, I wouldn't fuck with that bitch. So then when you come out of a home like that, where your mama's sorry, no daddy in sight, what kind of, you think an alpha male can come out of an environment like that with no father? See, a father teaches the kids discipline. So if the kid don't learn that, they end up being what? They go to school and they used, back when I was a kid, it's called overactive. So they put them on Ritalin, which is a no-no, health-wise, long-term. So they put them in the dum-dum classes. That's what we used to call them. They put them in the special ed classes. And you know, when they put your black ass in special ed, they get extra money. They get like 3 times the money to the school. So it makes sense to put black kids in special ed. And they say, oh, you're a behavioral problem. Now they say, oh, you got ADHD, which really translates to I need my daddy disorder, or no daddy in the home disorder. This kid don't know discipline because his mama ain't taught him none, because she would rather get that child support check than and that welfare and that Section 8 and that WIC and that EB and that SNAP money, rather than have a man in the house and build a foundation for the children so that they can be well adjusted. Instead, they would rather have ill-adjusted, socially adjusted whack job kids out here in society, driving us fucking crazy. That's the shit we got to deal with, thanks to single moms and the federal government. So these guys are not go-getters. They just want to be a D-boy, or they want to be an athlete. And if they can't make it at that shit, no telling what they end up doing. No telling what they end up doing. But I guarantee it ain't going to be good. But what ends up happening, ladies and gentlemen, is that these guys grow up being treated like the man of the house instead of a child. And so the boy grows up thinking with the mindset that he's the mama's little man. He's mama's man instead of being mama's child. So you get these dumbass athletes or these stupid ass rappers talking about, I'm gonna buy my mama a house. My mom said to me a long time ago before she passed away, she said, I don't need nobody buy me shit. I already got a house. You not my man. Hey, appreciate it, D. Appreciate it, man. By the way, how everything's going, man. Hope everything going good for you, bruh. But simps, I was telling a female earlier. She was talking about how she was sick of dating simps and tricks because she knew she can get money out of them. But she said after a while, that shit, it ain't fun no more. That's why I know when whenever my kids go on Instagram and they post shit on Instagram and I see pictures of their mama, she don't look happy. Because it's like old girl said earlier, she said simps and tricks lie. They're serious liars. They are major liars. And it's just like my ex said, I thought he had all this money, and then he up here, don't want to spend no money. I said, well, that's your fault, dumbass. That's your fault, dumbass. That's your fault. That's what you get for clout chasing. Anytime you get with a woman and you talking about how flat her ass is and how funky her breath is and all this kind of stuff, when guys come to me and tell me that they fucking with a below average looking woman or ugly woman, I'll be like, what you dealing with her for? But these niggas know they can't get nobody, or they don't want to put no serious effort into getting with anybody. And the same thing was with women. A lot of these simps ain't got no money. And the ones that do, they're dipping into their 401k like that moron was doing. The excitement of being with a simp or a trick only lasts so long before you get sick of his ass. Because I've dated female simps. I did a video probably about 5 years ago for my premium subscribers called Female Simps. And a lot of those guys were surprised at some of the stuff I was telling them. I said, man, I've had women, hey, I'll buy you a car. What car you want? I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Because soon as I accept all this shit, when you get mad at me, you're going to be like, well, let me take this shit back. Because that's how they usually do. As soon as you don't agree with their bullshit, then here they go, starting to treat you like shit because they know you dependent on them. That's why you don't never put yourself in a position where you dependent on a woman to take care of you. Because after a while, I don't care how fat that bitch is, I don't care how ugly she is, I don't care how skinny she is, she gonna start acting a fool because she knows she can go and get another broke dick out here. So she gonna start acting a fool. She gonna start acting salty as fuck. It's because I'm the type of nigga that after a while I start cheating on them bitches. I'll be like, oh, I got another bitch paying me. I ain't got to sit up here and listen to your bullshit. Understands? So you get these simps. You get these simps who their mamas run that game on them. That you're the man of the house instead of being the child of the house. See, you wonder why some of these guys got an Oedipus complex. Sometimes it's the women that push that agenda, and it's not the boy. You digs? And so what these simps do, how you create a simp is you tell him he's the man of the house, and then you treat him like he's your boyfriend instead of your son. So he constantly grows up with that Captain Save-A-Hole mentality. And then on top of that, once he becomes a grown man in age only, he's constantly trying to save his mama. Even if her mama's boyfriend is treating her good, he's still side-eyeing that nigga like, yeah, you better put your hands on my wife, man, been on my mama. He got that attitude. See, all of these dynamics are what causes problems in relationships with single moms. This is why a lot of guys won't date single moms. They'll fuck them, but they get rid of them. And you single moms have no one to blame but yourselves. Because I tell every woman I deal with, I take my time. I ain't running after you. And if you ain't giving up that ass, I'm a delete your number. Exactly. Bitch will put your ass out during the cold goddamn winter. Right in the middle of a goddamn snowstorm, that bitch will put you out. That's how cold these hoes are. That's why I'm cold. Like I said, I'm cool with these niggas, but I'm hard on a bitch. Understand me? I don't cut women any slack. They be like, why you so cold? Who's hurt you? I said, ain't got nothing to do with being hurt. It's the fact that that's how I do business. This is business. But you always got women who think they gonna be the ones because of their rack or their ass. They're gonna be the one that you gonna simp on or trick on. They think they look that good. Let me tell you something. I don't care. If you're a single mom, you don't look that good. Okay? Just know that. To a nigga like me, you don't look that good. So you might want to work with a nigga instead of acting a fool. Because here's the thing. I don't take women out on dates. I don't take women nowhere unless they, you licking nuts. If my balls ain't been on your chin or I ain't been up in them guts, it's game over. Because I ain't going to spend shit. Because I'll purposely be like, hey, bitch, let's go to Morton's the Steakhouse. See how much money you got. Big bank, take little bank. And then we'll get up in there. I'll be like, hey, you make sure you get yours, I get mine. I can get a $60 steak. Can you afford the shit in here? No. You can't even afford a glass of water with lemon in it. But you in here thinking you going to charge somebody for a piece of ass. Oh, they always think they can fool every nigga they deal with. Because a lot of you niggas treat them like pussy is more important than your own livelihood. When I saw how my father fucked his money up, I said, look at this nigga. I can't respect a dude like that, man. I'm sorry. I can't respect a dude like that. I don't give a damn if you are my father. I can't respect you, man. I don't respect simps. I don't respect tricks. You're a poison. I was telling this chick earlier, I said simps and trick poison the pool of men everywhere they go. They make all of us look bad. And black men have surpassed white males in being big time major simps. Black men have surpassed Caucasian men. We used to be the other way around. But now black men are so thirsty. But again, this is where that mentality comes from. It comes from coming out of these single female headed households or coming out these two-parent households where the daddy is a simp. And he ends up passing on that beta male disposition to his sons. Being a sap or sap sucker, as they used to say back in my day. You sap sucker. That's a very derogatory term. Oh, yeah. You get these guys who, like I know when I went down to Brazil, man, it was niggas down there just driving up the price of pussy, man. I mean, fortunately, I ran into chicks that fucked me for free. All they asked me to do is buy them something to eat, buy them a couple, 2-3 pieces of clothes that didn't cost me no more than about $10, $15. I bought toothpaste, toothbrushes. Hell, them bitches bathed my ass. I had never experienced anything like that, having a woman bathe me like that. They do that shit down there. But because niggas go down there simping and tricking, it probably ain't that cool no more unless you go out in the country somewhere. But if you go to Rio, they done fucked them niggas. Niggas from United States black men have fucked up Rio. Yeah, of course they do. I had a bitch, this real fine Brazilian chick, she looked a lot like Alicia Keys, but fine. She was like, she told me, the bitch couldn't even speak English, but she knew how to say $200. I was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, I can get a bitch up to the goddamn condo for free. The last 3 days I was in Rio before we went back to Sao Paulo, I had a chick stay with me for 3 days. All I did was pay for cab fare for us to go places. I bought her food. She didn't eat that much food. All she ate was fruit. She didn't eat nothing else but fruit. Exactly, fruit and dick. The DR too. Most simping ass niggas. Every time American black men, I used to be friends with some niggas on Facebook, my other Iceman Facebook page. And man, had these jive ass niggas, man. They're talking about, yeah, we going down to Colombia. And I was like, nigga, Y'all niggas ain't nothing but tricks. Because they was trying to talk about how the women was getting down with him. And I said, nigga, the only reason why them bitches is even paying your ass no mind is because they know you a trick. I said, you niggas are international tricks. So when real niggas show up, them bitches is turning they broke asses, you know, they frijoles, rice and beans, eating asses. All of a sudden they get putting their nose up in the fucking air. Them broke ass bitches can't even eat meat with their goddamn dinner. And you down there giving a bitch $100. And you know, you should see some of the bitches, some of these niggas be fucking. They'll go get anything. There don't even be no dimes or 7s and 8s. It'd be something, they'll go get the little, you know, look like one of these fucking Mexicans that crossed over the Rio Grande. They'll go get one of these, you know, they'll go get a 4 and then come back to the States talking about they fucking fine bitches. Because one thing I used to tell that me and this one brother that been to Brazil, me and him been all over Latin America. You know, the one thing we both said was whenever a lot of women get excited when they see black men, because they know black men love to trick their money off. That's why when that dude did that, what did he did? What was the name of that movie that dude did? He did like a 1 and 2. What was the name of that movie? Black Men Going Abroad or something like that. And he had all them niggas sitting around talking shit. They smoking cigars. They sitting up there looking like major simps and tricks. And they had, you know, these Brazilian chicks sitting at the table with them. And they was talking about how they like when black men come down because black men like to party. These no pussy getting niggas. See, let me explain something to you. If you don't know how to get pussy in the States, nigga, you ain't shit. I'm going to say that again. If you don't know how to get pussy in the States, nigga, you ain't shit. You can complain about how bad American women are. Nigga, there's still average looking women you can fuck. You just ain't willing to do the work. Because grabbing a passport, flying all over the world, all you doing is fucking up the game for real players. And a lot of niggas don't want to hear that because they know they the ones flying all over the world tricking. You ain't no player when you got to pull out your goddamn wallet. Look, I get it. And this is something I tell guys when they go overseas too. If they know you're American, they automatically are going to charge you a grip. That's just the way they see it. Everybody outside the United States thinks money grows on trees in the United States. All right, guys, let's hit the link. Let's hit the link, guys. Like I said, Rio has actually been fucked up for a while. Because you have to understand, all the Brazilian women from all around the state of Brazil, they all come from all points around the country during Carnival. Because a couple, like, you know, the chick that stayed with me, she was from Bella Harange. I was like, where the fuck is that? And my cousin was like, man, that's about 400 miles from here. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, we took the bus here. Because we got there the second day of Carnival, and they were just starting to have, you know, from the Sambadrome, they had a parade. They start in the big ass soccer stadium where they had the Olympics at. Then they come out of there and they go down these big ass streets, but they have little splinters. But the people are in the streets, and girls will pull you off the street and start kissing you and shit. I was like, what? This chick grabbed me. This chick looked like, you know, she looked like, you know, she actually reminded me of Alicia Keys. She had long ass curly hair, a little light skinned chick, fine as hell. But don't let these Caucasian males lie to you. They love black men down there. They don't even, man, I saw white dudes. There was some New York white dudes that my cousin was talking to. I don't know why you always see some white people, always got to talk to white people. And he was like, where y'all from? And I heard they accent. I saw these old punk ass crackers. They from fucking New York. They were firemen. And they were like, hey, these girls down here don't like white guys. They're like, oh, they don't like black guys down here. I mean, they don't like white guys down here. But see, if you're a black guy, you listen to these racist fuckers over here. They got us believing that we hate it all over the world. And that's not true. Brazil is one of the few places where they actually do like black men. Now, some of these other Latin American countries, not so much. They on some racist shit. Now, the white-looking Brazilians don't want to have nothing to do with tourists. They're assholes just like they are over here. No. Remember, hey, Triple T Kill, I don't know if you remember. I did a video back in 2011 called The Difference Between Buying and Paying for Something. Remember I did that video and motherfuckers was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. There's a difference. I say, hell fucking yeah, it's a difference. Especially if you trying to get some ass and money is involved. Look, let me tell you something. I don't care where you go in this country or outside this country. At some point, you are going to trade money for a piece of ass. It's going to happen. You either going to want to do it just to say you did it, or you going to do it out of necessity. That's why I started to do this video on prostitution, because prostitution is next. But it's just going to be just like weed. It's going to be on a state-by-state basis, because I'm going to tell you right now, all these white dudes out here taking pussy, and all these bitches walk around here playing games, being on this Instagram dumb shit, and being on social media trying to get niggas to hit the Cash App, that shit going to dry up after a while, because especially if they hit the wall, and you know the wall is undefeated. Hey, look, I didn't traded some money for a blowjob just to do it. But I didn't spend no $300, $400, $500, $600. I talked that bitch down. She came in the room talking about $1,200. I said, oh, no, bitch. Because back then I had a wife. But I had mad loot. My paper was My paper was on fleek back then. I talked that bitch down. I said, you can leave. Oh, they never want to hear that, because that's a waste for them to come all the way over there and you kick that bitch out. I remember one time this decent looking white chick came to my room, and I was doing my thing, and I was like, I had, drank me a, I don't know what I was drinking back then. I might have been drinking Seagrams back then. I had my little Seagrams. I was getting fucked up. Shit, nigga. I got on the horn, start calling. I told them what I wanted. I told them to send me an Asian bitch over there, and they sent me a white bitch over there talking about, well, I'm half Asian. I'm like, bitch, now you're making me mad. And I let that bitch in the front of the kind of room I had. Was kind of like a suite. So when she came in the room, she was in the entrance part of the room. And I took a look at this bitch. Look, let me tell you something. If you're going to trade money for some ass, the bitch better be a 9, 8, 9, or a 10. This bitch was about a 6. She was good looking, but she wasn't worth. She wasn't worth no money. Only thing I could offer you is the girlfriend experience. It's the boyfriend experience. That's it. And that's free. And she got to, talking about, well, this and well, that. And I said, look, you ain't what I asked for. And then I said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Do you know that bitch didn't want to leave? So I opened the door and I said, you have to leave. And she was just dejected. Okay? She was hella dejected. Because when they go over there, and then they got to go back empty-handed, that shit looks bad. It looks bad. But this one chick told me, this Indian chick told me one time, she said, hey, there's a lot of simps that come here. And she was like, hey, I got $3,000 out of a guy. I said, you won't get 3,000 cents out of me. Okay? Because I used to be on the big booty trip back in the day. I don't do that no more. She just got to have a little bit of ass. I ain't going to take no flat ass. I ain't going to take no flat ass, dog. Especially in a black woman, whenever I meet black women and they ass is flat, I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck how cute your face is. It ain't nothing cracking. And let me tell you something. You can never trust a black woman with a flat ass. They are some sneaky, dirty, nasty motherfuckers, because they know most men ain't gonna fuck with them, especially when you can get a white girl with more ass, especially in Minnesota or Iowa. I've seen some white girls up here where I'm at that got some ass too. Hey, everybody, we slipping. Come on, man, let's get these donations in. Y'all slipping. Come on, man. I really don't want to have to stop the show. Come on, players. And what is this bullshit? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Hell. But here's the thing. See, you have to understand something, brothers. There ain't no free lunch out here for nobody. Okay? That's why whenever I meet women and they say, well, it seems like you ain't interested. No, I ain't no simp and no trick. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. You got to park them legs or open that mouth in order for us to get something cracking. Otherwise, I do nothing. And I'm willing to wait you out or get rid of you. Because you got to understand something. Most women ain't you. What? Let me tell you something. I've met women that lie. They'll say, oh, I dealt with dudes like you that got a backbone. I've dealt with guys like you. Know what I tell them? What did you do? Then all of a sudden they're like, well, every situation's different. I'm like, here we go, bitch. Here we go. I said, bitch, let me tell you something. I know you ain't used to dealing with no nigga with a backbone. Used to niggas doing this shit. That's why I don't go to strip clubs no more. Back in the early 2000s, when I was still married, I used to go to strip clubs all the time. As soon as I got divorced, I might have went to strip clubs here and there. As a single man, there's no reason for a single man to go to a strip club. Because I don't want to go in a strip club and get hounded by some old broke-ass single mom. I remember one time I went to this white strip. I don't never go to white strip clubs. But this time I broke down, went to a white strip club. And I went in there and I saw all these lonely ass white dudes in there. And I go in there and there was a couple of decent looking white girls in there. And I go in there and next thing you know, I sit down, then nobody say nothing to me. But then out of nowhere, all of a sudden bitches they came up from behind me and was like, would you like a table dance? I'm like, no. I said, not right now. I said, and so what I would do is go to the bar, get me a beer or I get a drink. But if I didn't like the vibe, I would just, I just get the fuck out of there because them bitches will start talking shit. Don't talk shit and expect me to buy a table dance. That ain't how this shit works. Because some of them will do that. They'll be like, well, what are you in here for? I'm in here to see your mama's titties. That's what I'm in here for. I'm in here to see your mama's titties and for her to fix me a plate of grits. That's what I'm in here for, bitch. You grits and gravy eating bitch. See, wisdom has taught me that there's just some things you just don't do anymore. The strip club, like I said, the simps and the tricks fucked up the strip clubs. So now you go to a strip club and, instead of, a bitch giving you a nice, good grind on your dick for your money, this bitch got a hand out for $25, $30. And then this bitch is standing this far away from you. Talk about what city ordinance say you can't touch me and I can't touch you. I'm like, you know what? I don't want a table dance then. I remember one time I went to the strip club, went to that old bullshit ass. Timmy Diamonds and them know what strip club I'm talking about. Painless Rising. Are you still in here, bruh? Hey, I would go to Sugar's, but I would go to Sugar's for that steak dinner. And while you sitting in there waiting for your steak dinner for what, $7 or $8, here come these thirsty ass fucking single moms coming around with their flat ass butts. I mean, they got some damn, and the Sugars had a couple of little mixed black chicks up in there that was fine as hell though. But some of them Mexican chicks, they was like fives, man. They got a pretty face and nice titties, nice rack, but then their ass was kind of flat. But they come over and be like, You like a table dance? I'm like, how much is it? Oh, that's 25. I said, what's the house rules? I said, I'm from out of town. I don't know, where I come from, the dancers expect you to touch it. And they be like, oh no, you can't touch it. I said, well, bye. Oh, they get mad as fuck. They used to get mad as fuck at my ass. Okay? Oh, they get mad. Well, forget you then. So you just cheap. I'm like, bitch, I got a knot in my fucking pocket. I ain't coming here to spend no money. I came in here to get that goddamn that steak dinner. Now, over there at the Paradise, off of 35, over there by Samsey, shit. The African dude that owned that strip club, shit, boy, them bitches in there, boy. Oh, they'll grind on you. They don't care if you touch them or not, because they know if they let you touch them, you might tip them, which I usually do. I give them an extra $10 because Paradise, I remember last time I was in there, it was table dance was $15. So I was like, I gave the bitch an extra $10. It's no big deal. I had money. Shit. Didn't make me no difference. Hey guys, are we gonna have a problem tonight? I noticed Saturday you guys was bullshitting. What's up, guys? You hit the link, man. If you want me to continue, hit the link. Everybody that donated already, I appreciate it. Let these freeloaders donate. It ain't your responsibility to carry their fucking load. I'll wait. All right, guys, y'all think I'm bullshitting. All right, look here, man. It looks like, hey, by the way, I want to thank Triple T Kill, D Fernandez, some of the other players. I can't I'm not gonna say your real names over the air, but if you donated today and last night, thank you. Appreciate it. I know you guys got my back. The rest of these guys, they just on that bullshit. So we're gonna call it a night. You tune in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Holler at your boy.